Hey everybody, it's Jang here from jangbricks.com with a look at a LEGO Marvel superhero set. This is from the Guardians of the Galaxy series. It's the Knowhere Escape Mission with 433 pieces. Now I always like to show the most interesting stuff first, so Rocket Raccoon everybody. There he is, the little miniature minifigure. The size of a child figure this one is, with the short legs in orange. And the new head mold, it just looks great. I think they did a great job on this thing. I'm happy they didn't just reuse, skin it from Chima or anything like that. This is custom made, a one-piece head mold just for this set. And then you've got the tail, which attaches between the legs and the torso. And it's got this huge space blaster. This thing is just enormous. And it's really well built, for something that's actually built, basically brick built. I think that it's a great use of that relatively new blaster piece inside of there, and just shows you yet another possibility for that piece. Let me take that off though. This just gives you a better view of the whole figure. I know a lot of people have been looking forward to this one. So there you go. I think that he just stands up to the hype. And it's every bit as good as we could have asked for. I almost feel like the set is worth getting just for him. And then there's Groot. Look at the difference in size between those two. Pretty dramatic, yeah? As it should be. And you can see that Groot is actually built up. It's not just a large figure. It's actually fully built except for the head and all of this part in the front. It's just kind of a fascia that comes down in the front. Also has a little bit that comes down in the back just this far, has just two studs on the back of it. Everything else is built up. You actually fully assemble this thing from small pieces. They make good use of the relatively new small ball joint pieces that interface between the toe balls and bricks, basically, studs. And I think this is a very successful assembly. It has a lot of articulation thanks to those ball joints. You can look how far up you can bring the foot, so you can just kind of do a forward kick like that if you want to. You can bend way down. It's got the ability to move his hands fully above his head, way down, and the elbow joint works just like a proper actual elbow does, and it can bring it way up. It just doesn't have rotation in the wrist, but he is able to bend it down, bend it up, and that's a well done hand. It's only got 3 fingers and a thumb, but I think it's very effective. You got the dark tan colored small barbs there, and these are fully articulated as well, so you can kind of close down. Not able to quite make a fist out of it though. That's the only kind of downside, but for this scale, I think this is really good. And I hope that they'll do more figures like this in the future, where you actually build them up and you can still do a lot of posing with them. While I'm showing figures, I'll just finish up with the Sakaran on the left and Nebula, both new, brand new for this series, custom created for it. Nice blaster with the Sakaran and a great head print. I really like that. Nebula is relatively plain compared to most of the other figures in this series, I would say, but she looks pretty good. So you got the metallic arm on one side, the dual long swords, and you've got print on the back of that head as well. Now the Sakaran also has print. Notice just how much detail is in that torso print. That's insane. Also in this face, just look at how much fine detail in there. That's crazy. This is a mining pod. It's supposed to be a fairly generic work vehicle, not something specific to Rocket Raccoon, but it's what he's going to be trying to use to get away with the orb. And here's the orb here. It's a Technic ball piece in metallic silver. You saw that before in his hand. And speaking of hands, this thing has 2 hands, 2 grabbers on the front, which are kind of remote. They're kind of suspended there. That's why they use the clear here. So it's kind of like just hands in midair. And he's able to grab that thing with that. Those are able to rotate around, and you can see that they can open up and close up. And it's a nice little, they call it pod, and it absolutely looks like a pod, right? It's just round and small, and it has a fair number of stickers on it. more stickers than I usually like to have on something this small, but I think they're important. They're really necessary for the look of the thing, and I think they look good. Back here you have a little storage compartment for fuel, little bits of fuel. You can drop those out and use them as fuel bombs. They all fall out at the same time, so I guess if you're flying over something, you can just bring that open and hope you can do a little bit of wide area damage and knock something out. The cockpit opens up to reveal the nice little seat in there, which can seat a regular sized minifig. Rocket Raccoon here is actually standing on it because he's so short, and one little sticker used for the control panel down there. That looks pretty good, you know, the way he fits in there and everything. Two more stickers up there, but I think the whole thing looks good, and I especially like the color scheme on this thing and the use of both medium and dark azure. This is a mining platform here, or at least part of a network of mining platforms, and it's built up pretty interestingly. It's kind of modular. If you get multiples of this set, you can easily just add on, put another one out here, attach another one out here, you know, kind of network them together, because they have all these Technic bricks with the axle connector bits in the ends, so that can be easily pretty well configured around. You've got the tall platform here in the center, and then a couple of things sticking off the ends. They do use some metallic silver pieces in here, and the idea is that this is a defensible platform. There you've got the Sakaran with what they call a bazooka in this case, and that can be angled down and up. It's not able to turn around unless you just want to pick it up. You know, there you go, now it's turning around, right? Nice thing about this is it actually is intended to be used separately, so you don't have to have it up here. You can put it in different places, kind of widen your play area. He's got his little controls here, and this does actually shoot because it does have a spring-loaded shooter in it, so you're able to actually fire at things. There we go, works pretty well. You get just 2 of these shots in total. The color scheme works really well with the red on this one. And down here on the end of the longest pier, if you will, you've got a little area with some little bits of fuel which you can load up into a catapult. And you can try to use those to shoot at whatever's on the platform. So whoever you choose to put up there, you can put the bazooka up there, or just put one of the figures. Try to get a good shot. There we go, that actually made contact. Now if you're using just a figure up there, you see a red thing here, and with Lego nowadays that always means you can do something with it. You can use that to represent if you get a hit on the figure, then you can pull this out and it's a trap, and basically it represents the idea of exploding part of the platform or hitting the figure, and then he's going to fall down. I think he's supposed to fall into this pit back here which has the fluid in it, but you know, sometimes they'll fall out. Kind of depends on exactly how you arrange the blaster. Another way to attack the tower, especially if you've got the bazooka up there, is to use this here as a target, as kind of a trigger. So if you've got your little pod going by, you can drop bombs and try to drop the bombs on here. Or if you've got Groot, he can just come along and smash on that thing as a target, and check out what that does. You do have to put a good amount of force into it unless you loosen up the tower first, but okay, that's pretty satisfying. The mining platform is not that interesting looking to me, but it has really good play value, really good play value for its size especially, and it interacts really well with the figures. Overall, I do like this whole set. I really like the pod. Great to get Groot, and of course Rocket Raccoon is just out of this world. So that's it for my look at this set. I hope that you enjoyed that, and hope that you will share your thoughts about the set in a comment down below. I'm gonna go build some more stuff so I can bring you some more videos. Stay tuned, I'll be talking to you again very soon.